Good morning.
Hi. I don't know how well my brain is going to function, but
It shouldn't be that hard of an episode.
no,
Um,
we've got it.
we do. Welcome to, welcome back to Read Between the Blue Lines. That's Bree. I'm Mackenzie. It is really early.
Yeah,
We keep doing like really early and really late recordings, and I feel like at one point it's just nothing's gonna
it's
work.
going to catch up to us, I feel like, but
But the
we're doing
PWHL
well.
playoffs start today.
They do, which is so
Or
exciting.
as we think they should be called, the Walter Cup playoffs, which I think that they are, to be fair.
Yeah, I just nobody does call it that,
All right, so
which
welcome
annoys
to
me.
a Walter Cup playoff debrief. Um,
Like the league itself literally calls it the PWHL playoffs.
I know, which is annoying. Well, they
But
came
like
out.
you win the Walter Cup, and like if you talk in the NHL, some people call it the NHL playoffs, but like they're the Stanley Cup playoffs. So why would they not be the same thing? You know what I mean?
I'm trying to look at the merch that they came out with yesterday.
Like I'm looking at the actual website and it just says PWHL playoffs begin. But like why?
I just keep seeing playoffs. Like I don't see.
If you go on like literally the main page of I'm
No, it
actually
is
gonna look.
PWHL playoffs.
See?
Like the actual branding on top says P.
Yes.
That's so
I don't get
annoying.
it. I don't get it.
We should chit chat with them
We
and be
have a
like, hey,
trophy name. I feel like you should call it trophy name then playoffs. My opinion, but it's fine.
yeah.
Playoffs start today. So we gotta go.
So we're gonna do the same thing we did for the NHL, and do a little primer, explain how the playoffs work because they are a little bit different than the NHL. And then give you a preview of the matchups that are going to occur.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like a super basic primer, there's four teams. So we only have six this season, so there's only four in the playoffs. We are not sure if it's going to stay the same next year. When we add two more teams, which if you don't know, we're adding Vancouver and Seattle to our little PWHL
Yay.
family. We're very excited. Um, so four teams. And something that's really fun is that the team that comes in first in the league gets to pick their opponent out of teams three and four.
Mm-hmm.
And so this year, the Montreal Victoire got first place, and they had the opportunity to choose between the Ottawa Charge and the Minnesota Frost, who were three and four. I don't remember where exactly in the stand. They were
Yeah,
so
they
close,
were
and they
tied with the
kept
same amount of
flip-flopping.
points.
Okay.
Ottawa just had more regulation wins, which is how they got third
Okay. That's what
and
I thought, but
instead of
I
fourth.
wasn't positive. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to confirm. And the
Confirmed.
Victoire picked the charge in a little like press conference with Jackson Gills, which if you don't listen to them, another great hockey
Go do it.
podcast. So go do that. Um,
And we get Toronto, we get Scepters Frost for the second year
in a
in a
row.
row.
Yeah. Well, because
Last year,
Toronto picked
yeah,
Minnesota last year.
last year. And then Minnesota. Minnesota was also the fourth seed last year, and they beat Toronto
They
in the first
swept
round.
Toronto,
They
right?
swept Toronto. Yeah.
And then they took it to five games with Boston
Yeah.
after a lot
And it
of
was a
controversy.
reverse, it was like almost, I think it was a reverse sweep almost on Boston, if I
Um,
remember correctly, or something like that. Maybe Boston did that in their first round. There was one that was,
the Boston Minnesota series was weird because like I was very much cheering for Boston last year, and that goal getting overturned was
oh, I forgot about
absolutely
that.
gutting because it was
Yeah.
overtime. So it was like winner takes
Yes.
all.
Oh my God, I
And
forgot.
like, oh, that hurt so bad.
That's,
And then they went back to Boston and then they lost to Minnesota. Um,
yeah. Why is there
so
not a playoff? The website doesn't even have a 2024 playoff thing on here.
oh, it's still
It's
new.
fine, but
You'll find if you're
more of the
ever like
story.
getting more into the PWHL, there are definitely some. I just glitched. There are definitely some glitches with the site, and I think that that's just like it's a weird like host site, I want to say.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it
we've
is
got
what
one
it
here, but
is.
it's only for skaters. I don't want a skater. It's fine.
So the playoff format, Bree, if you want to take it.
Yeah, so this one we only because there's only four teams, we only have what they call semifinals, which so winner of Victoire Charge would play the winner of Scepter's Frost, and then that would be your, if you want to say Walter Cup final, PWHL final, whatever. So we only have those two rounds. In these rounds, I think all of them I want to say are 5 games, 5 game
Yeah.
series. So since it's a 5 game series, you have to win 3 games to win the series. Same thing exists if you win 3 in a row, you sweep, etc., etc. But 5 games is the most they play in all of the series. 3 games to win, and there's 2 rounds, pretty much semifinals and finals. Good,
Yeah.
got it. It's pretty simple. It's nice and easy. You don't have to like jump into anything crazy.
I literally think my brain is lagging. Sorry. Um,
It's fine.
all right. So first matchup, Montreal, Ottawa. Which also, if you guys
Correct.
are keeping up with our bingo card, it's literally a curse because everything that we keep saying is not happening.
We literally said the Scepters would miss, and that was a valid guess because like halfway through the season didn't they were like not in a playoff spot for a while.
And that's what I love about the PW is it's so
It's
like
so
I want to say
easy.
temperamental.
Yeah,
Like it's like really hard to keep your spot and it's really hard to get a spot.
it is, and I think
Um,
because you only play so many games, and again, if you lose like 3 in a row, that's enough to be like, oh my God, wait, you gotta catch up. And I think we also said the Walter Cup stays in America, which if that's the case, it's only the Frost that's an American team is in it this year. So we'll see. But we are not very good at the whole bingo card prediction thing, so I wouldn't take our word for that.
I don't think if anyone's taking your word for it, they should know that it wasn't
But it's not
fine.
serious.
Yeah.
We really thought we knew something and
I
none
don't
of
think
it's
we
worked.
thought we knew something. I think
No,
that we were
but like
just
we felt confident in being
making
like, this could
predictions.
happen,
Yeah.
and then it
Which, to
didn't.
be fair, at the point that we made that,
Yeah,
all
they
of
were
those
legit.
things could have happened, except for maybe the Rangers making the playoffs. I feel like we should have said that the Rangers don't
We
make the
had
playoffs,
so many, yeah.
but we were trying to be
It's
positive.
okay. It's okay. We've learned our lesson for next time.
I don't. Ugh, the Islanders getting the first round pick. That would have been a really
Yeah,
good bingo card pick.
we didn't go off the board with anything, but
The All-Star game getting canceled, we could have foreseen that
true.
too. Ugh.
Yeah, typical.
All right, back to the P-Dub. Um, Victoire versus the Charge. Do you want to do a stat read? Because I don't think
Yeah.
my brain is reading numbers actually.
All
It's
right.
like taking a minute.
As we mentioned, Montreal finished first in the league. They went 12, 7, 3, and 8, 53 points. If you need a reminder, they do the 3-2-1-0
Yeah.
point system in the PW. That's why
So
there are 4 numbers in the record, not 3.
so they have 12
Regulation wins.
regulation wins, 7 overtime wins,
hmm
3 overtime losses, and 8 losses.
Yeah, or regulation, however we want to. Yeah.
Just so
So
everyone is like aware of what the numbers
when we
mean in
say four
order.
numbers in the record, it is not a glitch. They actually have 4. So they finished top of the league, 53 points. They also, I want to say, finished out of all these teams, are the only one with a plus goal diff. Never mind, Minnesota also has one. Um, scored 77 goals, allowed 67. Their power play was at 15.5%, fifth out of 6 teams. Not so great. But their PK was 82.6, which was second. That was good. If you need a reminder, I'm sure you don't. Marie-Philippe Poulin led the team in both points and goals. Usual. Um, but yeah, Montreal is coming in as, I don't want to say maybe a favorite. I don't know. It's really hard because I feel like anything can happen in these, but they have a nice, minus their power play, they've got a nice like setup of things going on. What?
Franco Colapinto's replacing
Oh yeah,
Duhan?
you just saw that? That was
Yeah, it
like
came
it's
out
like
6
official.
hours ago. I was asleep.
They were like talking about it yesterday, but they didn't make it official, and then like they now have no principal, no team principal. And then they were only replacing him for 5 races. the next 5 races. So what happens after the next 5?
I just want you to know that I
But
opened my phone real quick to look something up and it went Disney's opening a new park,
okay, love it.
Franco Colapinto. And I'm like, both of
We
those together were just a lot.
unfortunately, like I feel like we were just waiting. It's like a matter of time kind of thing. But whatever's going on at Alpine, it's not very good at all.
I would definitely
So,
say I would definitely say that Montreal is the favorite to win. Um, and I think we talked the head coach of Montreal, Corey.
mhm.
Um, I'm going to butcher her last name if I say it, so I'm not going to say it out loud.
I cannot think of it off the top of my head right now, so that's fine.
Um,
Montreal's head coach. We love her.
yeah, she I brought this up to her in the last press conference. At one point in the middle of the season, they were really struggling to like keep a lead,
Yeah.
get a win against like teams that they like New York
Should have,
and
yeah.
Boston, which is now who's now eliminated. And Corey was quoted as saying that like there's this positivity that she always wants to bring to the room. She tries really hard not to get too down, and they try to like always just keep looking forward.
Mhm.
And then Poulin in the conference was saying that they're always hungry for more. Um, and so I asked about like how they balance those two things, like keeping it positive, but also like you
And
can always be
also,
better.
yeah.
And I think that that like little special cocktail that they have constructed over the last few weeks, a little bit pre World's break and the last like week of the postseason,
Yeah.
I feel like they feel very solid
Confident.
in yeah.
Yeah. And I think the part of, although again, it can backfire picking your own opponent, but I think like if they've scouted and they've done what they feel best and they feel good about picking the team that they're playing, you're going in a little better than like Toronto, who's just like waiting to see who you don't pick and then being like, now you have to scramble and figure out whatever. So it'll be interesting. I'm gonna say. Then we go through Ottawa's um stats.
Yeah.
Hold on. I need to figure out. I have it. I don't remember where they finished. Oh, we just said third.
Yeah.
Forget I said that. So Ottawa also had 12 regulation wins. They were 12, 4, 2, and 12. 44 points. They again were tied in points with Minnesota, but had more regulation wins, so they were third. They scored 71 goals and allowed 80. Their power play is 14.9%, which was last out of all 6 teams in the regular season. And their PK is only 80.2%, which is fifth. Again, there's only 6 teams in the league, so um, I don't want to. Their special teams are struggling. We're just going to say that. And Teresa Veneselva both led the team in points and goals. Not as many as Poulin, but both had the lead for that. So um, I would say I can't even say it's a battle of special teams because neither of them. I mean, Montreal's a really good PK, but it might be more 5-on-5 scoring than we think. But
So like head to head, Montreal definitely has the advantage. They have 4 wins and 2 regulation losses, and I think for Ottawa it's like 2 wins, 1 overtime loss, and then 3 regulation losses. Um, I think you're silly if you don't look at Montreal coming out of this one and
oh, I forgot to
going to the
mention. Well, we've
final.
mentioned that it's Ottawa's first time in the playoffs. Um, which I don't know if that will drive them anymore to beat Montreal, but I don't know. I think when you look at it on paper and on the roster wise, I do think it like you said, it's so easy to go with Montreal.
Yeah.
But like as we saw last year, anything is literally possible. So
Oh, and
I
that's what I
wouldn't
love
rule
about this.
Ottawa out.
No, I absolutely would not rule them out. I'm just saying, like, when you look at it
Yeah.
statistics wise, like it's Montreal.
And I also like I think it'd be fun to see Montreal win it all, just because I feel like
I do too. I
the
feel
city
like
as a whole, they love hockey, but just as I don't know,
I just feel like it would be fitting to have Kendall Coyne Schofield win the first year, have
And then
Poulin
Poulin,
win the second year, and then
yeah.
have Knight win the third year.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you have those like women's hockey icons and you want them to win before or if they retire soon. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the
Which not that they're old, but
ideal.
like
No, but
at a certain point.
yeah,
So I'm just like I want to see each of them lift the cup once
I
before
agree.
that.
I
So
agree. It makes sense.
all right, so want to move on to Toronto, Minnesota?
Yes. So this one actually is the game tonight, correct? Yes, it is.
Mm.
Toronto plays at home. They open the series 7 p.m. If you listen to this beforehand, go watch it on YouTube. They're all free. Unless you're in Canada, and then you have to go find the actual channel it's on. Anyway, Toronto finished second in the season. They were 12-3, 6-9, 48 points. They are actually so funny. They scored 73 goals and allowed 73, so they were literally dead even, which I think is kind of funny. Their power play went 25.8%, which was first, and their PK was 82.1%, which was third. And Daryl Watts led the team in both points and goals. Pretty simple, straightforward. Minnesota, once again, fourth seed. They finished the year 10-5, 4 and 11, 44 points, tied with Ottawa. They scored 85 goals. They allowed 76. Their power play went 17.9%, third among all teams. Their PK was 78.4, which was last. Not so great. And Kendall Coyne Schofield led the team in both points and goals. I don't think we had anybody. All of the
No,
playoff
all
teams have
of
the same playoff, like same point and goal leader,
yeah.
which is crazy. Um, as a reminder, Minnesota won the Walter Cup last year, first ever Walter Cup champions. Toronto was the first seed last year, got eliminated first round because they picked Minnesota. So this is it is literally a rematch,
Yeah.
which should make this one interesting. Although it's in the same situation, Minnesota's the lesser team, the not as good team. Toronto's coming in, so we'll see. I'm I don't know how I like this one should be exciting, but I don't know how many people are like rooting for Minnesota over Toronto, if that makes any sense.
Um,
Not, yeah, that's what I meant to say.
yeah, I don't know.
But I also think it'd be insane if, because there's 3 to 4 of the teams are Canadian, so if you get an all Canadian matchup, like last year it was Boston, Minnesota, so it was all American, but I think that'd be sick. But that means Toronto has to win this series. So,
I will say Minnesota has the advantage. They have 4 wins, 1 overtime loss, and 1 loss. And then Toronto, one of, yeah, so 2 wins, one of them was in overtime.
mm,
Um, Again, like playoffs are a completely different beast,
yeah,
obviously, and you never know what's going to happen. But Minnesota definitely has the advantage in like this specific matchup. And I don't know that like the special teams might be where Minnesota falters. So they need to be
yeah.
careful with that one.
And
I wish that we had jailbreak stats
I
more
can tell
like
you,
do you have them readily available?
I do. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay.
Do you want shorthanded goals for? Shorthanded goes a lot. Wait,
Just goals
I
for
only
is
get shorthand. Oh, I do. There's both.
oh, okay,
So
we'll do both.
shorthanded goals for, which means they've scored on the PK the most.
Which
Um,
means that they end the
the
PK.
power play. Yeah, yeah. Ottawa leads the league with 4.
Okay.
Boston had 3 that were second. Montreal had 2, and then both the Scepters and Minnesota had 1. So that's how many they scored. Allowed, Montreal allowed 3. So did the Fleet. That's the most. And then the Charge and Frost allowed 2. Along with the Sirens, they're eliminated. And the Scepters allowed none, which is why their power play is so probably also part of why it's so good. So,
Yeah. I think I think special teams could kill Minnesota, but I think if they stay out of the box, they probably have more of an advantage here.
Yeah,
Um,
they just have to remember to do that.
and like they have a problem with that sometimes.
Yeah. I'm interested just to see how like the history, although it's not that much, but like the fact that these two teams played this year, Toronto's probably like salty about being swept when they were a first round, like a first seed.
Yeah,
So like I imagine they're gonna come out
I hope they do. I hope it's really
better.
feisty. I'm really
Yeah, that's
excited to
what I mean.
watch
Like
tonight.
I want it to be like intense because I feel like they want to get back at that for losing, but it'll be a good one. I'm excited all the way around. I
Yeah,
wish they were longer. Like I wish we had more rounds, but more teams. That's a
we'll get there
later
eventually.
problem. Yeah.
I also think that if it was too long right now, we'd both go a little stir crazy.
Yes.
So I'll take the our nice little two
Our
round.
2 rounds, I know it's nice and easy to keep track of, not a lot going on, but
But yeah, so if you are tired of the NHL playoffs or you just want to watch more hockey, definitely get on YouTube and watch the Walter Cup playoffs. And if you don't know who to root for, we will have a little bandwagon graphic go up later. Same as for the NHL playoffs, telling you like based on vibes who you should root for, which
yes.
is probably what I will be using. I mean, I think I'm rooting for Montreal,
I was gonna
but
say I feel like I feel like it's also well obviously it's easier when there's only 4 teams, but I think everybody's unless you're a fan of the other 3 teams, I think you're pulling for Montreal.
yeah, but I
But
also feel like they're kind of like the team that no one wants to win because they're just good. So I don't know.
yeah, like they deserve it though.
They
So
do. You're right.
I know what you mean though.
I just wish they were closer.
I know.
Able to get there faster.
Why does it have to be so far away? And literally, they must hate
Annoying.
us. No, like
Yeah.
we love the PETA, but like the 2 teams that are closest to us decided not to make it this year, and I was
Horrible.
like, why? For what reason? It's okay next year.
Next year.
They have to have it. It has to happen. Make it happen.
All right. Well, I hope that you guys understand. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us a DM and we'll be able to help you guys out because we know that it's a little bit different than the NHL playoffs. And we'll see you guys on Monday with a new full blown episode.
Bye.
Bye.